Oops, shit. Okay.
My wife's name. Hello. It just has my wife's name up here.
Hello, everyone. We're just going to give it a few moments.
I know I'm working through a couple of things myself. What is really going on here? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to get my wife's name off of here. She uses a lot more than me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I think I got it. Okay. All right, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. We're going to give it a few more moments for folks to join.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. We're going to give it a few more minutes for everyone to join. Hello, Miles. Hello, Rashid. Hello, James. We're going to give it just one more moment and then we will begin. Do you all hear an echo?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
Okay. All right, it is 1 o'clock. We are going to get started. I have one more coming in. Hello, Randall. Hello, Dennis. All right, welcome to the MHSA Community Forum. Hello on this good Saturday, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Talia Bennett. I'm the Executive Director of HHREC. Today we have two special guest facilitators, Mr. Daryl Howell and Mr. Marcus White, who we will welcome in just a moment. But first, I want to go ahead and open with gratefulness. I'd like for everyone to introduce themselves, say your name, and say what you are most grateful for. Again, my name is Talia, and I am most grateful to see all of your beautiful faces on this good Saturday, and I'm grateful for my health and my mental health. Mr. Howell, what are you most grateful for? And let me.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I'm most grateful for being alive today. And also I'm most grateful for health and the ability to come on here and serve everyone today.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go to Mr. Marcus White. What are you most grateful for? And introduce yourself, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Marcus White. I would have to say I'm most grateful for my family. That is my my greatest attribute, the best thing I have going. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to go to Mr. James Cook. What are you most grateful for?
I'm most thankful for my family as well. Being alive, taking breath every day, pushing forward to try to succeed.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And I'll go to you, Miles. Hello, Miles. And what are you most grateful for today? You're on mute. I'm not sure if you can you hear us, Miles?
Okay. Okay.
He's on mute. I'll go to you, Rashid. What are you most grateful for?
I'm grateful for waking up today. You know, not everyone gets to do that. Miles is also typing in chat.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, thank you. And thank you for that. Thank you, Miles, for typing into the chat. Thank you. Hello, Dennis. What are you most grateful for today?
Hello, I'm grateful for just making another day and having a cup of cold water.
That'll work.
It's hot out there.
I know that's right.
Those are the things we take for granted.
I'm trying to tell you. That is wonderful, Dennis. Thank you for putting everything into perspective for us, sir.
Absolutely.
Water, relax.
Yes,
Water.
thank you.
Also a good way to help relieve stress a bit.
You're absolutely right. Yes, you are, sir. Thank you. Hello, Randall. Good to see you again. What are you most grateful for today?
I'm extremely grateful to be on this call, and I'm thankful for my friends and family keeping me through this whole pandemic and stuff.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And I'm not sure who this is. All I see is WAKA. Who is that?
Joaquin.
Oh, hello, hello. Can you please tell us what you're most grateful for today? Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. I'm grateful to be alive and, just have time to do what I need to do.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate you. Hello, KJ. Glad you can join us, sir. What are you most grateful for today?
Hello, I'm just grateful to be around the people I love today. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I thank you, you young men, for being present on a Saturday. I'm going to make sure you all are taken care of. Sharice will be sure to send your e-gift cards to you. We will have another one of these forums most likely next month, or probably I would say within the next 3 to 4 weeks, we'll have another one. So I'll be sure to send you all the information. This is only going for an hour. And so I'm going to hand this over to our facilitators. I just wanted to thank both of them. Again, Mr. Darrell Howell and Mr. Marcus White. It'd be great for the two of you to introduce yourselves to the group first. And if you want each of the young men to tell you a little bit about themselves or their age, to get to know them, please feel free. I am going to hop off because this is for our young men. So I'm going to hop off. I thank you all for being here. Blessings to you all. And
Pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hey, Darrell, I think it's best that you get the ball rolling, and then we can pick up on the question portion once we get to know each other a little better. Guys, fantastic having you here. It's just an amazing day to be able to discuss mental health, and by the array of faces, I would have to say that we know mental health affects everybody from all cultures. And you can go ahead and take over, Darrell.
Hello, everyone. Once again, good afternoon. My name is Darrell Howell. Tell you a little bit about myself. I'm originally from North Carolina, and I'm new to the Bay Area. I'm also the founder of As You Are, which is another nonprofit organization. And today, I'm just looking forward to having a conversation with each and every one of you. And as likewise, have everyone else to go around and introduce themselves.
I'll start with myself. My name is James. I'm a manager at Starbucks in the city. I've kind of been around this nonprofit organization for a while and dealing with the kids and everything. So I'm glad to be here and try to just share my experiences and my trials and tribulations.
Hello, my name is Dennis Hong. I'm an intern at HHREC. Pretty sure some of you see me every now and then. My beautiful face, my clever wits, and honestly, my never give up and never say die attitude or something like that. I don't know.
I can go. It's a brief introduction. My name's Randall Kane Jr. You guys can just call me RJ. I'm an incoming freshman at Sacramento State University, majoring in construction management.
Nice. Okay, well,
My
I
name's
guess I'll finish
Rashid
up.
Moore.
Is there anybody else left?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry.
my name's Rashid Moore. I'm 20 and I work at HHREC.
I'm Joaquin, 17 years old, and I'm self-employed. I'm trying to make my clothing business a reality.
Is that everybody?
My name is KJ, and I just became a new intern at downtown TAY.
Okay, and I'm Marcus. I'm actually in Charlotte, North Carolina, guys, and uh, presently I work at a local hospital here, Novant Health, and I've been involved in mental health for 15 years with children and about 5 years with adults. And I've been working with kids for a total of 25 years. Also, I've raised, I guess I better include, I had the opportunity to raise 5 children as well. My youngest being 28 and my oldest being 32.
Nice.
All right, without further ado, we're going to jump right into the questions here. Can everyone see the questions?
Yes.
All right. Mr. White, I'll let you go ahead and start off.
Okay. So guys, I know in the hustle and bustle of every day, even when you're dealing with school as well as work, stress is a huge issue, one that we tend to avoid because we think that it's going to iron itself out. However, today, Daryl and I thought it would be a great opportunity for us to discuss stress. And we wanted to get started by making sure you guys were aware that your body gives you triggers. It actually, something in your body warns you that stress is about to come about. So I think our first question to you guys are, what are some of your warning signs? What are some things that your body tells you or your mind tells you, hey, stress is about to happen? Can you guys share some things that might be occurring with you?
I feel, or me personally, I don't know about the rest of the room, but I can feel like stress. Like it's hard to explain, but for me, I can feel what stress feels like. It's in my chest, and like my heart gets heavy and my chest starts to like clog up, quote unquote. And that's like the major sign that I'm stressed out, or I'm about to be stressed out.
Anybody else?
Dennis here. One of the main signs of stress that it could be like headaches and like in the back of the head, you just feel like it. And it's like, oh God. Another one could be just like exhaustion when you're just tired. You just don't have the energy to do anything. And this is from personal experience.
Yeah, I agree with headaches. My mind will like start racing, and then I get a headache.
I could actually share a couple. My skin raises, get goosebumps. If it's really heavy fire, I sweat really bad. Your hands are definitely an indicator to when stress is involved. It generally starts like right on the surface. So the second question involved in the warning sign part is, what are some of your main causes? What are some things that stress you out? Now that you guys are aware of what your body is telling you about stress, what are some of your some of the things that causes it?
I would say work for me.
Yes.
Definitely work. The idea of having pressure and having a goal to make, and sometimes it doesn't look like you can make it. So
The college process, like getting into the dorms, because I leave in a couple days from now. And so I'm starting to finish up my packing and making sure that everything that I need to get is coming with me. And so I've been pretty stressed out. That's one for me.
Well, for me, one of my main causes of my stress is like depression. because there's something that's just been in my past that's just been like, oh God, what have I done, or something like that. It's just like it just gets into the mind when your mind overloads, just explodes first of all, and then you just feel that bit of stress, and you just can't stop thinking about it. And just makes it even feel more sick, and you just do something really stupid.
Yep. And I'm going to jump in really quick to say to you guys that all of your stress, all of those feelings are not negative towards your body. Some is really good, healthy stress. Some I would consider definitely preparing for college. Those are healthy portions of stress. Dealing with work, meeting assignments could be some forms of healthy stress. The one thing I've learned that's most important is to have someone to be able to share when things are very overwhelming. Someone to go to for those things, those family issues that you may not be able to discuss personally with someone, or someone you don't trust. Can you guys tell me some ways you may have learned to reduce the negative, and then understand? I think what I don't want to do is not see us discuss the positive parts of stress, because all of it is not bad. So can you guys tell or maybe share with us some effects they may be having on you, the negative and the positive parts?
If there is a positive, I'd say it's more like a warning sign. It's just like notifying you that something's wrong with you, and you should try to take care of it as soon as you can. It's like the warning sign of a warning sign. Yeah.
I think another positive stress is like being competitive.
Yes, absolutely.
That's probably I think the main positive one of stress that I see. Just having that in you to try to overcome something or overcome a goal. Not for maybe stress in the gym. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's definitely positive stress. Getting those numbers.
Yeah.
Finishing that 10 or that 20 that you have in front of you.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. What about you, Randall?
Trying to think. I know that when my parents bought like this house that I'm in, they were stressed, but only because like I don't know why, but I'm just gonna guess that like because we live in like it was like a good spot, so everyone was like vouching in for it, and so my dad played the right moves, and so I think that's a good positive stress.
Absolutely, it is. And to reiterate how your dad felt, I actually just purchased a home myself, which was the process is it's very stressful, but in the end, it makes it all well worth it. My next question to you guys is, what are some ways you've learned to reduce your stress? I'm gonna just throw it out there to you guys that there's also positive and negative ways to reduce your stress.
I'll jump in here for a minute just to give you all examples of things that I do to reduce my stress. I would tell you meditation.
Absolutely.
What I mean by that exactly, I'm sure everyone is familiar with that. I definitely like to find a quiet space and carve out time for myself just to gather my thoughts, and oftentimes just not to really think about or say anything. Another thing I like to do is breathing techniques, actually controlling your breathing. As we all know, with stress, I know for me personally, my breathing tends to be heightened, meaning I breathe faster than normal, or things of that nature. So if I can ask of everyone else to elaborate on this as well, or what's your personal experience and thoughts? I would like to start with KJ.
Okay, hold on 1 second, please. So the funny thing is, I was also gonna say meditation because I've also like to meditate and like just watch my energy, get away from people and because when you're around a lot of people, that's also stressful sometimes. So just
Yes.
get to myself and meditate.
I would also add like listening to music because I mean I've tried meditating and there's like different hertz or different frequencies of music. Man, that's my jam. Like I listen to that when I go to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's like a huge stress reliever.
Yes.
Very good. What about yourself, Miles?
Well, while Miles kind of gets ready, I can throw in there that meditation. When I first started it, which was about maybe 5 years ago, I thought it was falling asleep, and it's not. It's actually calming your heart rate. It's actually has to do with controlling your thoughts at the moment, clearing your head, the breathing, very important. I could when I first started, I read a little bit more about it, about what are the signs am I looking for, and it was about calming my heart. I noticed that my heart rate, I could control that, laying flat in a meditative state. My heart rate, I could hear it beat in the beginning really fast. Then after I got maybe a minute or two into it, I definitely could control my heart rate. I thought it was crazy, but it works. And I'm really good at it now. I actually meditated before coming in here, and it's extremely helpful.
I don't know if I meditate, but I have times to where I just like I just remain very still and just close my eyes and just think what's the best possible, way out of this situation at this moment. So I have a lot of those in many microseconds, but I don't know if that's considered meditation or short-term meditation or what, but yeah, that and massages definitely
Yeah,
help.
absolutely. Did our young man return?
All right, everyone. Miles has replied. Miles is having some difficulties with his mic, so he's actually utilizing the chat. And
Okay.
this is his response. Very good, by the way, Miles. If his response is, if you are praying every morning or night, does that count as meditation? And my question to you, Miles, in my opinion, yes, that does count
Yes.
as meditation. And what's your thoughts on that, Mr. White?
So in the beginning, like when it's I'm Southern raised, so prayer was a very big part of my family. We would bow our heads and close our eyes, and I would often I didn't have a clue as to what I was doing, and as I got older, I started to understand that it's your ability to process the prayer, to hear what that person is praying about, and then set out the things that are very important to you and some things that may not be important to you till later on, or you may not understand the importance till later on. Yes, yes, indeed, I agree that the prayer is certainly the meditation. Anything, Dennis?
Oh yeah. Reducing stress. Just get out of the situation, relax, drink a nice cup of water or tea or coffee. Every day, I turn on my white noise machine. I
Yes,
listen to it. I like the rain for some reason,
yes.
and I just try just not to drown out my bad thoughts and just relax. Just peaceful. Don't think about anything. Peaceful. Yeah.
So I would have to say that stress, what I'm going to do is roll right into stress and the anxiety part of it, like how it could be something as simple as an assignment that could lead to panic attacks. And in my business, we consider them as reoccurring panic attacks, is when things have certainly got off kilter and you're starting to do it a little bit more. And the panic attacks are happening a little bit more frequently. And I guess my question would be to you guys is, how is your stress linked to your panic attacks? Or if you guys are having panic attacks, or if you guys are having some type of maybe a panic attack and you don't know it, and it maybe comes from procrastination, it could be coming from just levels of expectations from family members. So can you guys tell us how you maybe, I don't know, maybe a panic attack is probably happening and you guys may not be aware of it, or some situations where you've had panic attacks?
For me, I mean, I think I had panic attacks when I engage in like, I've always been in customer service. So when I engage in like just customers that are just having a bad day or just want to be rude, it's always like a rush of emotions, but you always have to keep those in check. So the balance of keeping those emotions in check and just dealing with it professionally, it's like it's a stress there that's what's like a mini panic attack. So when that happens, it's just like it feels like the world's coming to an end, you know?
Yeah. Anybody else? I think Miles just chatted something in the box.
All right, I'll read Miles' response here. Miles stated that I have experienced a panic attack. At the time, I did not know, and I could say that it was one of the most scariest feelings.
Yeah.
Because it feels like something out of a movie doesn't feel real, and it makes sense.
So I think one thing that I've learned kind of sort of being in the business and knowing that panic attacks happen, some of the ways that we encourage our patients, or maybe even staff at times, because in the medical field, their expectations are extremely high. You can't make a lot of mistakes. Leaving the situation, like departing, actually leaving the room. I heard one, I think it may have been Mr. Cook that said, like, he vacates, he gets out of there. And I think that's a great way of handling a panic attack, is leaving the atmosphere, leaving the, wherever the stress is, getting away from it as fast as you possibly can. So I think my next question is probably going to be geared towards anger. I think it's a great
Mr. White, if we
opportunity.
can, before we move on to that next question, I wanted you to elaborate a little bit more with the connection of anxiety and a panic attack. So I know oftentimes we tend to look at those as one and the same.
Yeah, and they are not. So generally, from my experiences, guys, that the anxiety is probably the beginning of what is going to later on turn into a panic attack. And what it comes from is not having the proper tools in your toolbox to deal with what may be happening. You may be in a situation where somebody's wanting to be aggressive with you, or maybe wants to, as we say, get at me. And the best way to handle that, if it continues, bullying is, the word that this becomes. And we've learned to gear people towards having someone to talk to, giving an adult, possibly a friend, someone you can go to talk these things out. The way it matures into a panic attack is just not having the proper things to deal with it. Later on, it comes from not having, all those things in your toolbox to use. And then it'll happen more than once. And then after it happens, maybe 5 or 6 times, this is probably gonna become an issue, and you're probably gonna have to seek medical help. You're probably gonna need to see a professional, someone to kind of talk you back and give you those coping skills that you'll have to use to learn to deal with panic attacks. Because the older you get and the more you have like a lot of the old things that are stressful, they'll become panic attack situations, and your body will tell you. Your head will sweat, your anger will increase, your defense mechanisms will come to the front. Sometimes getting into fights or even heated arguments. Those are ways that panic attacks can start, by not having ways to communicate and learn how to deal with them, maybe on a, not necessarily a positive, but just learning how to deal with it on a more, that's more comparable to you, learning what to do and not allowing people to even get you to, I guess, that level of stress.
Thank you, Mr. White. To the next question pertaining to anger.
I do have I wanted to see if I could kind of get anger, because anger is probably one of our biggest ways we've learned to deal with stress. When stress comes, it just makes us mad, and like, I think my question would be, how do you guys think, in other words, what are, I guess I'll rephrase this. How can you figure out the way stress is leading to your anger? Like, where is the stress coming from, and how do you deal with it to avoid getting angry?
Dennis here. What you just said about like avoid stress from becoming anger. You want to try to diffuse it as efficiently as you can, which means just probably getting out of that situation, getting away what's stressing you out. if it's like a physical thing or like a person. If it's a mental thing, it's more like you gotta control it within your mind. Like, I don't know, mantra, meditate.
Yes.
Just listen to something else or just distract the mind so you don't get, so you can reduce the stress and not just break out, just freak.
What about you, Cook?
Man, for stress, I feel like it's times where you can't run, and so you got
That's
to
right.
deal with it like on the spot. And like you have sometimes for me, I had to use it as fuel because in some incident, at some points or sometimes I feel like I'm right 100%, and the other person, you know what I'm saying, they may feel right in their mind, but at that point it comes down to like really like just how you feel about it. And you're gonna get mad about things either way, but just dealing with it, you just got to understand, you just, you know, there's rules to everything. You can't put your hands on people, you know what I'm saying, you got to keep things professional. So it's just hard dealing with it, and a lot of people, is just like I said, it's hard for me to deal with it. It's just some days I just go by trial and error. Like, you just got to push it aside, sometimes sweep it under the rug. And for a lot of young Black men, it's hard because they have a lot of pride, you know.
Yeah.
And pride affects a lot of us in certain different type of ways. Like for me, I don't like to back down. So with that, it's
Yeah.
like I gotta push and give in certain things.
Yeah. Well said. Randall, I would like to propose something to you about college. You just moved into your dormitory, and you have a roommate. You've chose your bed. You have all your things on the right side. Your roommate wants to be on the right side. You leave to go to the caf, get something to eat, and you come back and your stuff is on the opposite side, but you were there first. My question to you is, how will you respond, sir?
You guys can hear me, right? How would I respond? Well, my nature is, you know, I would probably be chill about it and ask him why he did it. One, when I left, and two, without trying to like have a discussion and like get reasoning behind why he wants to choose the left or right side. Knowing me, I probably wouldn't really trip about it because it doesn't really matter what side I'm on. But in the back of my mind, I'll always have that like, can this guy be trusted? Because he moved my stuff without my knowledge. So I'm in the back of my mind, I'm be like, I don't know if this guy's all right. So I'd be a little hesitant moving forward, because what he did can be a foreshadowing as to what is to come, if that makes
Well
sense.
said. I will tell you that the odds of that happening is really good. Like, actually, it's something that happened to me, and my response was, I moved this stuff back, and it was not. We continued to be roommates. We actually became RAs together, but the experience. This guy was a little bigger than me, football player. But he wasn't as smart as I was. I moved his stuff back, and later we compromised. I think he was more about somewhere where he could put his stereo system. So, with conversation and asking why, what's most important about you having this, the opposite side. So it was pretty funny, and we're great friends. We're brothers today, and he actually lives here in Charlotte. moved here, brought his family here. So, we got some positive out of it. Dennis, you just pulled into a parking space and someone said they had their lights on. They were turning there. You beat them there. Are you moving?
Oh yeah. Sorry, just thinking about what you said about it. So yeah. Sorry.
Are you gonna pull your car out and let them get that spot?
Yeah, it's not really worth not really worth anything just to get into a fight with over little petty things. Because because the way I see it, if it gets really bigger, then there could be bigger consequences and someone could get hurt or worse.
And I really think that's the most important part of what we're trying to get to the bottom of, guys, is for you guys to have the ability to see the importance of what's going on in the situation. Finding, I don't know, maybe like you said, maybe the option to get away, or maybe the option to blow that person off and not give them that energy, because some people some situations and some people don't deserve the attention. They just don't.
Sure.
Anything, Mr. Cook? I can give you a scenario.
Shoot me one.
Okay.
Let's see.
You're a customer service guy, Mr. Cook, and you absolutely positively know this person has used this product. It's been damaged, and they were the cause of the damage. It's very much aware that they're trying to pull the wool over on you, and their voice is loud. You've maintained your cool throughout the process, and the name calling has started. May or may not use anything about race. I'll let you decide if you want to cover that. I'm a firm believer that in the mental health field, that race plays a very minor part. So I think those are just words, but this person is really, they're really angry and just, yelling things. It's probably beyond you. You should be involving a manager by now. However, you have to take care of it. How do you keep from blowing your top?
Is this a mom and pop store or is this like a corporation?
It's what you do for a living. It could be yours.
It depends if I have people around or not.
Yeah,
honestly,
that makes a difference.
Witnesses make a big difference in 2021. You need witnesses to, to really credit your story and to credit anything you really do. I would say if any situation happened and you're alone with somebody, that is not the best situation or best outlook. You should definitely have somebody that is a witness, that's unbiased, that can chime in on the situation. As long as you remain cool, or I can remain cool, I believe the situation can always work itself out. As long as you're not the aggressor and not the person who causes the conflict, I believe any conflict can work its way out for your favor. In that situation though, just handle yourself professionally. Usually if you're working with somebody, you're working at a business or store, you have other coworkers that are around, and they, in a hiring process, they teach you these things that you're not alone. Your coworkers will come and at least help you. Or if there's like an active shooter incident, they know what to actually do. So the team that you usually work with should be a team that you think you feel comfortable with leaving your stuff. Leaving your stuff or leaving your dorm and your stuff on the bed. Those types of people that ride with you is pretty much going to ride with you in any kind of situation like that. So as long as you feel good about yourself in the situation, it should always work itself out, in my opinion anyway.
It does. And sounds like you're pretty much prepared for those situations. I think what you were alluding to is that training, preparation
Definitely.
is the most important part to prepare for people in customer service. I'm big on customer service, very big.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions for us? Do you have, would you guys happen to have, you know, I know that, you know, I have sons, man, and, you know, I hadn't heard it all, but I've heard most of it all, and I've experienced some of it. What type of questions would you guys have for Daryl or myself that we may can, I don't know, maybe give some advice to, not necessarily the cookie cutter answer, but, you know, just maybe something, you know, you guys are dealing with.
I have a question, like, how do you deal with, so for me, being well aware of stress and handling those type of situations puts me on the defensive. And it puts me on the defensive in life to where I wouldn't say I'm not a social person or friendly person, but I don't go out and acquire friends, if that's kind of funny. The people I'm around is the people that I'm around and I associate with, and I feel like we build friendship and characteristics from that. But I don't seek to find a friend like you would do back in like the old days, or, you know what I'm saying, when you was at school and stuff like that. So I don't know if that is a byproduct of a hindrance of just being well prepared and not want to take those, you know what I'm saying, those leaps forwards of the unknown or whatnot, you know? So I tend to keep it all, the emotions just bottled up and just keep it restrained and inside and don't really talk about it to pretty much anybody. So I'm not sure if that's, you know, that might be a problem with stress and just eluding, you know?
I do know one thing that you did said that that I really love to hear is that you don't go out looking for friends. I think you know, at your age right now, your confidence is your friend. Being self-assured, self-aware is your friend. You seem to definitely have that part in check, which in terms you'll attract the people that are worthy enough to be your friend when you're doing that. So that's not a bad thing. That's actually a way of vetting friendships, and I love it. Good for you. What about you, Dennis?
Sorry, I was in deep thought again.
Hey, you are fine. Please share, if you don't mind. You're definitely welcome to share any thoughts or any feelings you may have or any questions that you may have, Dennis.
I guess my thought just like on stress personally, because you know how it takes like a toll on you.
Oh, absolutely.
And just like when it just eats up in your mind, it's just so hard to admit when you need help.
Yeah.
Because even now, mental health isn't really something that has been explored a lot until just recently. And just more like the world's so judgmental, you know?
Yes.
It's like when you think about like all the people, like the friends, the people that you know, they just judge you for like what they see and what they don't know, or what they want to believe, you know?
Right.
And it just puts like in another way, like how judgmental the world is can be just so stressful, you know? It's just like, and then when we're just talking about friends, like, you know, people that you can trust, I believe those are the kind of people that you should talk to, because they are people that are willing to listen to you, willing to be open-minded. They are your true friends.
Right. So I think what you just said was you really brought out the fact that mental health still has a very high level of stigmatism to it. And when I say that, I'm really truly working really hard in the business that I am to get people to understand mental health is just as strong as having a heart attack. We need attention because the way that they are treating our heart attack, our mental heart attack, is with medication only, and they're not prepping people to find more healthier ways to deal with it. Some of this stuff should be a lot easier. I think we make it high on that list when we can learn to deal with it, let it mature a little bit, and then come back and revisit it. So yes, there is a heavy stigmatism towards mental health. One that I'm definitely not afraid to discuss, because I am working really hard to get a very large hospital to understand that the kids that have the mental issues are just as important as a kid that may have something dealing with a physical ailment.
Yeah, it's like I guess, how do I say, it's like people just think like mental health, it's no big deal, it's just your mind, get over it, wimp. Like,
Right.
it's just not right just to say like people with physical issues should receive better treatment than those with mental issues, because it's all in the mind.
And if I could give you my opinion on why I feel like that's it, is because we don't know enough about it. We don't have enough research. We don't have enough ways to deal with it, because it has been swept under the rug for so long, man. Like we avoid all confrontations. Mental health is.
Can I say something?
Yes, absolutely.
To go off what you say, I personally think the number one reason for anxiety and a lot of this like rat race mentality is social media. Everyone's, constantly comparing themselves to others and projecting things that they should be projecting to themselves. I think that's the bad thing about social media. It's too open. It's too easily for anyone to express themselves, when you should be expressing that to yourself. You should be having that self to figure out. Other people shouldn't know these types of things.
Yeah, because people give their opinion on social media, and that's pretty much all it is. However, it could affect the way you feel.
Because, random people affect the way you feel, and then people close to you will affect the way you feel, and then people can take advantage of that and whatnot.
I really wanted to save social media definitely for another conversation. And I'm sure that conversation is going to be a lot more explosive. It's definitely one we need to address. Mr. Moore. Did you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. What I said was that social media is definitely a topic that I hope we can get together and address at some point. I think it's very valid that you mentioned, its role and our mental health.
Especially in youth, because, it's like our thing. We kind of grew up with it, so we know the most about it. But then we also are the most ignorant of its effects.
Yeah, definitely true.
Guilty
for sure.
Yeah.
So I think we're probably at the portion for some closing remarks. I've given you guys the opportunity to ask some questions. Is there any more questions or anything that you guys felt like we should have touched on, or any type of topics? I'm definitely writing down social media, Rashid, and it's definitely something that I feel like we should discuss. It's very important.
Gotcha.
I think role models, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people, like, if you had to name 5 people or 5 role models right now, a lot of people couldn't name people they know.
Yeah.
They'll probably name people just like, fictional, not fictional, but just people they don't know.
Right.
Like so That might be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Everyone should have a role model that they personally know.
Like half the people, if I ask, they'd be like Jordan, and not half of them play basketball.
Or hadn't even had the opportunity to be in the room with Jordan. You know what
So
I
they
mean?
don't
Like,
know-
how
they
can
don't even know
someone
his
be your
character.
role model and you not even know, what they stand on, what their principles are?
Right.
Yeah. Another thing, just about that is a role model has to be someone you can trust. Because the conversations that you're having, you're hoping that, they don't. First of all, they give you pertinent information, and second of all, that it's someone you can trust with what you say.
Right.
Randall, do you have any school goals? What are your plans? What are you doing? What are you majoring? Did you tell me what you did tell me?
Yeah, I'm majoring.
Very, very good choice. You said, hold up, I don't want you to tell me. Let me see if I can remember. Construction.
That's all.
Help me out.
Management with a minor in business. So
I am amazed. I'm amazed at the fact that great choice.
yeah.
Kudos to you.
Yeah. So a goal would be, that's not really a school goal, but I guess to be well, to do so good in school that like I get a good job in a construction management field, plus the minor in business also helps with broadening my job search opportunities. So hopefully you'll see Randall Kane in the newspapers with a big skyscraper in some downtown metropolis.
Absolutely. I love it. Actually, I have a post I'm thinking from, is it Miles? He said, only athlete I look up to as a role model is Kobe, because I felt like he wore his heart on his sleeve and he expressed everything he talked about. And I can sort of agree with that. Kobe was he was really good at just being emotional. Yeah, and playing at levels beyond belief. His fear factor was the greatest to me. The ability to not be afraid in clutch times.
Rest in peace. That is him, right? The one who passed away last year. Rest in peace.
Yes, absolutely. You're on it.
Yeah.
I think he was
Like,
referring to his favorite role model, and he mentioned the athlete. And earlier we had talked about, I don't have an athlete as a role model. I never had. It was always one of my coaches, or maybe even one of my, a father or uncle.
yeah, it's like though there are some celebrities and athletes, they do talk about their personal selves. And honestly, I think it was like a great motivation. I actually do have one that also like when I was like stressed out at a point in my time, I watched his motivational video, and he just gave me the courage because I have been through some of the crap that he's been through as well. And then he just said like, don't forget where you came. Don't remember where you came from. Put that in the back of your mind and just keep pushing forward. He talked about his hard times, and now he's really successful. I think it's like one of those great stories that really people should know. By the way, I'm talking about the greatest person of all time. Well, from Jungle Cruise and upcoming Black Adam, this guy, assuming that you can see him.
Absolutely. Welcome
what
to the
Rock
conversation.
is cooking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Funko Pops.
Yep.
Because I think it's like if you just need inspiration just to help out with your stress, at least inspired by someone. Just listen to their personal stories, learn how they dealt with it, and you could learn how to incorporate some of their tricks into your own style.
Yeah.
For me, it was just like, just try to stay positive, try to be funny,
Mhm.
and that works out in a way, and you get less stress.
Yeah. I don't know. Let me see where we are with time, guys, and then yeah, we're actually we're there, but I want to take the time to tell you guys thank you. I'm really passionate about mental health, and my reasoning for that being is the stigmatism. I want to see change, and I know that it starts with right here with this group. I'm gonna make myself better at being a little more open about it, even when I'm having my own issues. I would close and say, mental health is real. It's important. And the moment you learn how to manage it, you make less mental mistakes. Is Daryl still with us? Okay. Hello. Welcome back.
Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. White. Thank you, Mr. Howell, for facilitating today. And I just want to let all my young men know that you will receive your gift card. Be on the lookout from it to come from Sharice. You should receive it by tomorrow. I am missing an email. I put it in the chat for Waka. Can you make sure I have your email? If you wouldn't mind putting it in the chat, I want to make sure you get your e-gift card. I want to make sure I have the correct email for you. Spell out your first name for me, if you would be kind enough to do that. And lastly, again, I just want to thank you all for joining on a Saturday. I know this is a Saturday. It is very a beautiful thing. I want to see more of this, especially for our young Black men and our men of color. I don't know, most of you I know personally, but I don't know if everyone on this call is religious or spiritual, but I do want to acknowledge our higher power in our universe. And I do want to just take the time to briefly just pray over all of you. May God bless you and keep you safe as you go out into the weekend and into this week. And please just remember to stay in prayer to Randall, who's going off to college. I'm so proud of you.
Yes,
and remember
absolutely.
to reach out to HHRC if you need anything, books or so some money for coffee. Hopefully you don't develop a coffee habit too
You're gonna
early.
need the coffee.
But if you need anything, young man, reach out to me, reach out to Robert. And I do want to acknowledge Robert Williams, the MHSA program manager, who is not on. And the reason he's not on is because, as most of you know, he is also in the military, and he is currently fighting fires right now in California. And so I want to acknowledge him.
Thank you, Robert.
And thank him for his
Thank
service.
Yes.
And so my young men, Rashid, KJ, Dennis, I'll see you all next week. Thank you all for joining, and you all be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for
much.
having me,
Thank
guys.
you.
Hey, thank
Really
you.
enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White. Thank you, Dad.
My pleasure.
Thank you.